Look who it is.
It's Elliot's chubby self, about to do some deadlifts with some horrifically short arms.
All right, there was no program today. There was nothing specific that we wanted to do. We just wanted to come in and basically do a pull day with a little bit of a voiceover. So Elliot's too popular to film 135 on the deadlift. He doesn't want to do it. He just wants to go straight to 225. He pulls conventional because why do you pull conventional?
Well, I pull conventional because with sumo deadlift, I seem to just have too much torso lean off the ground for it to be an advantage for me. So get a little more quad drive off the ground with conventional, and I can at least get my hips low enough because I do have short femurs, unlike this guy over here.
For me, I get about 400 pounds out of going sumo versus conventional. So, ooh, that's poppy. That's scary.
Yeah, I always try to be just as explosive with my warm up sets as I am with heavier weights. Just because it affects how much tension you pull into your posterior chain when you're lifting. It doesn't really do you good to just mimic the technique. You really have to pull your warm up sets like you pull your working sets.
Definitely a sound piece of advice right there. Now, my deadlift today was completely off, and I wasn't sure why. It's been happening to me lately, and me and Elliot, we basically figured it out. I'm going to explain that in a little bit after Elliot tears what I believe is 4 or 5 off the ground.
Yeah. A little sloppy here on the warm up. Trying to be explosive as possible, but
Lost a little tightness. No big deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, for me, as you'll be able to tell, if you pay attention to my knee, it internally rotates rather than externally rotating like it should. And what that does is that weakens my posterior chain and just overall makes the lift less efficient. Doesn't really make it an ideal sumo deadlift. And I don't know why that happens. And for me, I think it's because I don't load my hamstrings enough. So, by the way, I had a little adhesion forming in my teardrop that I had to bang out right there. Elliot putting on his belt. He's about to pull 500, I think. But yeah, for me, I think it's just that I'm not pulling enough tension in my hamstrings before I actually start to lift, and that's actually messing me up and causing my hips to cave in, essentially, which ruins it. Ooh, a little angry Hobbit right there, getting upset.
yeah. Hobbit wasn't fed earlier, so yeah.
Wow. Your arms are so short. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like, so the bench press doesn't count. I should probably be benching 600 pounds with arms that short, but
yeah. Your belt's like right under your chin. That's
George Lehman style. It just allows me to keep more back tightness.
And as you see, bar's too far away from me. Just not that good. But I'm gonna fix it, and eventually, once I become an experienced enough of a lifter, my lifts are gonna be more consistent. Here's 545 for 2, which was your last warm-up set before your all-out monster set. This is me preparing myself for 495, which was...
I give a little Hail Odin salute before a heavy deadlift.
Ooh, that was bad. Ooh.
Yeah, I see a little knee wobble off the ground.
It's absolutely disgusting. But look at this. This is 600 pounds.
600 pounds. And the most I've hit this before, I think, was a single. I've hit 585 for triples, and I've hit it for 4 once. But this is going to be a PR attempt.
Ooh.
We'll see if he can get it.
A little Christian and Dylan coming in there. But yeah, but Elliot pulls this touch and go because he's a cheater. So
yeah.
Absolutely, completely discredited. There's them like, oh, I could pull 600 pounds.
Yeah. I seem to recall I was promised a 600 deadlift from Dylan when I came up, but it's nowhere to be found.
Uh-oh. He's about to tear this off the ground.
I have to summon like inner Benedict Magnuson.
1, 2. That's a very... That's an ethical bounce.
Ooh. Oh, there's no bounce, but there's the grip strength of an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, very weak, very weak. And here I just tried doing like 500 for like a double or triple. Ended up being a double. As you could tell, my lockout was not strong by any means. I actually had to muscle it into position to lock it out. That's because my form, my technique was off, back was rounded.
Yeah, and once you lose a little bit of posterior chain tightness, you're going to get a little bit of back rounding, and that's just going to entirely ruin your power transfer. Because sumo is one of those things that it's going to be really hard to muscle up. It's easier to grind out a conventional deadlift.
Yeah. Here I did just I think 2 sets of 3 or 4 with I think it was 3 with 455 just to try to practice my form. Then Elliot decides to be popular and pull the same thing off a deficit conventional.
Yeah, kind of. These went okay, but I kind of hurt myself doing 500 the next set, which hopefully won't be shown. But yeah, hurt my adductor a little bit. Had a little bit of knee pain too.
Hurt
So.
everything. Ooh, just look at that back rounding. That's absolutely awful. That's not how a deadlift should look. A sumo deadlift. Knees cave in, back rounds, becomes more of just muscling through lift. Bar is far away from me. Not good.
We'll clean it up though. We'll clean it up.
Yes, some days some days I'm good, some days I'm not. Dill decided to do a little bit of flexing for us because he got his little back pump and he's excited about that.
The trap monster has entered.
His traps are just not natty. Not natty.
Yeah, they insert like right underneath his ears.
Yeah. It's pretty scary. Little men's physique. He's coming for Jeremy
His
Buendia.
men's physique shorts to just obscure the top of the calf, so we can't see what that situation is.
Yup. And here I just did a few sets of 315 deficits for a set of 10, which isn't really like a PR or anything. That's just me easing back into hardcore deadlift training. But yeah, basically some days I come in and I do nothing differently, and I could easily get into position for the deadlift. Everything's completely fine. And then other times I have to warm up so much, and just no matter what I do, my knees just cave in and stuff. And it's gonna take me a little bit of like more experience and just training more like a powerlifter for a long period of time to just be able to figure it out.
For Dave, it's going to be an issue. It's just going to be an issue of getting a little more adductor flexibility, because that's really when he has adductor tightness, it really causes him to internally rotate the knee off the ground and use a little too much quad drive.
Yeah, so when I say, oh, like my hips hurt too much today, it's because literally my hips, that's the hip adductors, what I'm talking about, hurts. And we decided to do some dumbbell rows right here. So here's Hobbit Elliott doing 150s for a little set of 10. Those straps are really nice, by the way. I don't know where he got them from, but they like do not stretch at all. And here's me doing the same thing for a set of 10.
Much cleaner looking form there, I must say.
Then who, you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're a row specialist. It's
I
like if there was a third lift that you could substitute for bench press. There we go. Row.
Who's this? Who's that?
Oh, biceps peaks.
Is that Jeff Side's little brother? Ooh, by the way, look who could finally do 10 pull-ups now.
Is somebody gonna acquire some lats?
Yeah, I actually like get an upper back, because that's literally my upper back right now is just it's not there. But yeah, finally be able to do sets of 8, sets of 10 on pull-ups. And for the trap game that I'm trying to bring up too, like 2 weeks ago, 2 plates was heavy on the shrugs, and like 315 was getting heavy, and today I was just feeling really good, so I just slapped on 4 plates.
Feeling a little DOMS today in the trap area.
My traps are gone. But in this thing, Quinn showed me this. I've like always known about this exercise. I haven't really like tried it out or played around with it that much. But then he literally told me I need to try it, so I did, and it actually felt extremely good. And I actually feel my rhomboids engaged so much, and I don't really have any other lift that I feel it so much. And it just overall, I like really enjoy it for the back. I just put on a light weight and just rep out like sets of 20, but my triceps tend to get fatigued on here, so what do I do about that?
Just got to deal with it, but you do have good posture here.
And here's a little mandatory flexing that ensures that you get clicks on your videos. A little thing I found out how YouTube works. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Looks good to me.